My people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. I call on her 3 times. My people, now how on a day? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendo Mazenambe Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, His Excellency Mazi Ekpa Simon Ojukwu, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you, because we know in your hands, Biafra has come. In your hands, Biafra will be great. And in your hands, now that Biafra has come, the people of Biafra will rejoice. Also, I want to say may God bless the Chief of Staff and the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Madam, we want to say we thank you for the job you're doing so far. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. This past few weeks, we've seen what you're going through, but I am proud, I am confident that you have the onion, the mettle to deal with the situation that you find yourself in at the moment. That was why Simon Ekpa chose you as the Chief of Staff. And I believe you know the responsibility, what comes with that role as a Chief of Staff. And in a case where there is vacuum, in terms of the Prime Minister not being around, and there was no Deputy Prime Minister, while Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was around, it is the role, the sole role of the Chief of Staff to step up, to either play that role as a Deputy Prime Minister or to appoint somebody to be an acting Prime Minister. So far, so good. I am proud of what you're doing, because from looking at how you've handled yourself, looking at all the criteria, the guidelines on what should be done in a situation like this, you have done no wrong in my books. Based on the criteria laid down, and Simon Ekpa was the one that chose you as his Chief of Staff. Simon Ekpa was the one that chose you, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, as his Chief of Staff. So I don't believe Simon Ekpa made any mistake. Simon Ekpa knows things people don't know. As he used to say, what you don't know is bigger than you. So because of that, I say kudos to the job you're doing and keep it up. But also uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. So please stay calm, stay steady as you carry out your day-to-day task and activities. My fellow Biafrans, today is a very sad one, but I want to make a revelation today. Who are those, or who are some of those that were responsible for the sabotage of Mazi Ekpa Simon Ojukwu? Who are those people, those Biafrans, that are behind the situation our Prime Minister is going through as we speak in Finland? Because when I took my time this past few weeks, I've taken my time to go through everything I've seen from Finland and what I've heard from the government, the Biafran government that is. It is clear that the issue with Simon Ekpa is not Nigeria against Simon Ekpa. It is the Southeast against Simon Ekpa. The atrocities they claim, according to them, that Simon Ekpa is doing to the Southeast. An act of terrorism, which they've now changed to say, no, he's trying to incite people online to commit havoc, mayhem in the Southeast. So when I saw that it wasn't a holistic situation of Nigeria as an entity coming against Simon Ekpa, the Fulani Cabal, they were very, very smart. What they did was to use our own people. They placed the area we are trying to liberate. They have gone to use people from our own side to go against Simon Ekpa. That way, it will look like an internal house fighting, because now they've now focused on Southeast versus Simon Ekpa, not Nigeria versus Simon Ekpa, not the Fulani government, the Nigerian military against Simon Ekpa. It is now the Southeast, the brothers of Simon Ekpa. So I kept on investigating. I got some information. And this last video you're about to watch now kind of helped me to paint a better picture of what I was thinking all this while. It is strange that it came from a man known as ASARI DOKUBO, of all people. Because sometimes people, when get loose mouth, people, when they talk too much, sometimes by mistake, they will spill out the truth. But if you are not aware that a man like that can have the information, you may ignore it because he's someone that talks too much, someone that talks from both sides of his neck or his mouth. So my fellow Biafrans, I want us to please listen to what ASARI DOKUBO said here. And it will help you know those or some of those who are behind what our Prime Minister is going through. From the external side of things, which is the external stakeholders, those who are not internal, those who are not in the Biafra Republic government in exile, while we were then, that's, Biafra Republic government in exile. Now we have a country, yes. But before that time, this case was brewing before we declared our Biafra. So from the external side, I will be able to lay down those who are responsible for what Simon Ekpa is going through. It is now left for the Biafra government to look internally. Those in the government, those in the cabinet, those that were there during the Biafra Republic government in exile. I want you to now look internally to see how you can now link up both of the information in order to fish out the enemies of Simon Ekpa. My fellow Biafrans, without any much further ado, I want you to listen to ASARI DOKUBO mention the names of those responsible for what Simon Ekpa is going through in Finland. If you are ready, let's go there. Listen. Listen.
The US sent a delegation with IKENGA, including the wife of Kanu, to Finland to submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately, I don't know whether I deleted or something happened. But a copy of the petition was sent to me. They accused Simeon Ekpa. The US sent a petition to the Finnish parliament accusing the minister in exile of Biafra, accusing him of terrorism, of killings that are going on, accusing one of their own.
The same people that were accusing...
Hold it back, my sister, before you speak. My sister, please, with all due respect. I'll allow you speak. Hi, God have mercy, oh Lord my God. Your own people. Your own people. That's why I'm saying that when you gain a country or when you regain a country, there is bound to be in-house fighting. Stakeholders and critical stakeholders, they will have this conflict to see or to find out which of the stakeholder has more influence than the others. Some will feel hot. Some will feel they've done them wrong. Some will feel betrayed. Some will feel used and dumped. Some of them will feel like, oh, you have left me out. Because of that, I will destroy what you're about to do. And some will feel the best way to get a pound of flesh off you is to go back to the enemies, to go back to the competitors, to go back to Nigeria and blackmail your own brother with the information that you have against them. All because of selfish interest. All because of envy. As the saying goes, envy turns to jealousy. Jealousy turns to hatred. My people, at this point, I've been very, very down because of the weather. You know, it's winter now in Europe, in America, everywhere. And me and winter, we are not best of friends for so many a year now. But at this point, I will take my time to try and speak the normal way I do when I break down these videos. So if you're ready, I want us to hear ASARI DOKUBO again, where he mentioned the names of those who were behind what happened or what transpired in Finland as we speak. This one is a list of the external stakeholders, those who are not part of the Biafra Republic government in exile. There is another list internally, which I will expect those in cabinet, those in the Biafran government cabinet, to be able to decipher and get those lists. But in my own case, I want to deal with the external factors. So listen to ASARI DOKUBO break it down again, mentioning all the names. Listen, please, listen. Listen.
The US sent a delegation with IKENGA, including the wife of Kanu.
Hold it there. The DOS sent a delegation to Finland, including IKENGA and the wife of Kanu. Let's take it back. I want to be more specific and thorough. Listen.
The US sent a delegation with IKENGA, including the wife of Kanu.
Okay. The DOS sent a delegation with IKENGA, including the wife of Kanu. The DOS, Directorate of State, sent a delegation with IKENGA Urago, with the wife of Oyendu Kanu. Now, what I see happened here is the moment Bianca Ojukwu was made the Secretary of the Foreign Affairs Minister, or whatever her role is, the State Foreign Affairs Minister, which means she's working under the Foreign Affairs Minister of that zoo called Nigeria. I knew the game that Tinubu was about to play. Jagaban is somebody that we know his games. His games are nasty. He is never fair in the games he plays. He is always cheating. He's a cheat. We know Jagaban. He doesn't play fair. He doesn't fight fair. The moment I saw the name of Bianca Ojukwu being the State Foreign Affairs Minister, who's technically a deputy of that man, that Fulani man, I knew something was up. So what I've been hearing before was that she sent for all these stakeholders. The wife of Ojukwu, according to what I was hearing, she sent for all these stakeholders. The DOS, IKENGA Urago, which is somebody who he's like a political prostitute, trying his way, trying his best to gain some prowess in that zoo called Nigeria. He's been doing that since the untimely death of his political godfather. Now, I was told from what we were hearing, the cable where would hear me say Bianca called for all the stakeholders. And from this man now, it is clear he was also called because they see him as a stakeholder. Mind you, when Nnamdi Kanu was free, before he had a problem with ASARI DOKUBO, he was an ally to Nnamdi Kanu. So the DOS, they still want to maintain that partnership, that collaboration with themselves and ASARI DOKUBO. So when I was told that allegedly Bianca Ojukwu called for all the stakeholders to discuss, This case about Simon Ekpa. And from the mouth of this man, ASARI DOKUBO, we they hear say the DOS sent a petition alongside IKENGA Uruagu with the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you all to follow me in this journey as I break it down. I want you all to follow me in this journey as I break it down. Let's continue.
To Finland to submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately,
hold on there, sir, with all due respect. So he's saying that the DOS, Ikenga Uruagu, alongside the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, they wanted to send a petition to Finland. And they also gave him a copy of that petition. Unfortunately, the one he had, the copy he had, he would have shown us here now. Unfortunately, he has lost it. Follow me in this journey. Let me paint this picture. Let me paint this picture. Listen.
I don't know whether I deleted or something happened. But a copy of the petition was sent to me. They accused Simeon Ekpa. DOS sent a petition to the Finnish parliament.
Hold it there. They accused Simon Ekpa. The DOS, they accused Simon Ekpa. He then repeated, the DOS sent a petition to the Finnish parliament, the parliament of Finland, with an accusation against their own brother, Mazi Ekpa Simon Ojukwu. You see, in this game of chess, it's just like in the Game of Thrones. Some of you that watch the TV series, sometimes the enemy might not be able to get you, but they will have to go through your brother to poison you. This is the job of the CIA and the rest of them. When they want to kill a president in Africa, they may not be able to get him direct, but the cleaner, the nanny, the cook, the uncle, the cousin, they will promise you heaven and earth. Say, what kind of toothpaste does he use? When they find out the toothpaste, they will now swap it, put poison, put lead in another toothpaste. Then you will now go to the house of the president and swap that toothpaste. They will take their time. It might be on the day they send the servant to go and do her shopping. As she's going to the shopping, she is buying all the goods. They will swap one with the person when they sell there. You would think it's a brand new toothpaste, not knowing it is, infused with poison and the rest of them. And while the president is using that toothpaste, they will now find or, meet their untimely death. With all due respect. So that is how this has happened. And in this case, it is sudden. Allegedly, Bianca Ojukwu is responsible for this thing. We told you guys. And from what I'm hearing, the cable I'm hearing me say, in that petition, allegedly, it was said that a statement from her said, I, Bianca Ojukwu, the wife of Odumegu Ikenga Ojukwu, the man who fought for the Biafran war, the man who held the country called Biafra for 3 years. I want to tell you, I am speaking with the authority of my father, of my husband, and the people of Biafra. That what Simon Ekpa is doing is this, and this. He's the one killing his people. And he's also here with the DOS that represents Nnamdi Kanu. That Simon Ekpa is lying that he's a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. But the DOS, they are responsible. They are the organization created by Nnamdi Kanu. And guess what? The wife of Nnamdi Kanu is also attesting to what she wrote to the Finnish parliament. That was the game they came with. Nigeria could not attack Simon Ekpa because they know they will fail on arrival. It was DOA, dead on arrival. So they had to go, Tinubu Jagaban had to go the other way around. Jagaban, that man must be feared. You must respect him. He is criminally corrupt. A man that was wanted by the CIA, he escaped. FBI was looking for him for drugs, he escaped. And now he's now an asset of the CIA. So this information, this was the only way they can, effect or roughen the shoulders of Simon Ekpa. From what I've been hearing all this while. Now, these stakeholders, the DOS, Nnamdi Kanu's wife, IKENGA, Ruago, they are external factors because they are not part of the then Biafra Republic government in exile. So now my question is, I am here exposing those who are outside, part of those who were outside, but the internal mules, those are the ones I will expect the government to fish out. Because now the die is cast. No more hiding of anything. It is clear now. See, it's the story now is Simon Ekpa was buying the southeast. That's the story. Not Simon Ekpa was buying the Nigerian, which was why some people were saying Simon Ekpa was killing his own people. That was the slogan. That was the language they came with. That was the fraudulent statement they wanted to use to rope in Simon Ekpa and blackmail him. A perfect way to give a dog a bad name just to hang it. So let's continue on this journey. Hear this man. I will bring it back after. But hear what this man said. Hear what this man said. Listen.
Accusing the minister in exile of Biafra.
Hold on there. He wasn't able to say it out, but what he said there was accusing the Biafra Republic government in exile. But he said some other stuff. He mixed it up. So the petition was accusing the Biafra Republic government in exile, but he was freestyling. He was saying it off his head, so they will always mix it up. The petition was against the Biafra Republic government in exile. It doesn't end there. Listen to the next thing he said. Listen to the next thing he said. It will blow your mind. Listen.
Accusing him of terrorism, of killings that are going on, accusing one of their own.
Okay, you can see somebody was chopping these videos. Please, I need the full copy of this video. Anybody that can help me, I've been so busy. If you can get the full video here, please kindly send me a link. Send me a link in my comments. Put it down. I want to see the full video because they cut it. They cut it. So what he's saying here is they are accusing the Biafra Republic government in exile of terrorism and the rest of them. And they accuse it on Simon Ekpa. He now said they are accusing one of their own. Hi, God. That one I ain't touch me pass. They are accusing one of their own. You see, that is why the sentiment will not have to come from there. If one of your own is saying it, then the case it has to be. If one of your own, those you say you want to free, those you say you are fighting for their freedom, those you said the Nigerian military, they are, they are sabotaging you guys, they are killing you, and all those things, but one of your own say no. I am the wife of Ojukwu. It is my petition. I have the wife of Nnamdi Kanu. I have the organization created by Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB. I even have the heads of the Directorate of State, the DOS. And I have one of their media men here, IKENGA Ruago. All together, we have written to you that Simon Ekpa and the Biafra Republic government in exile are committing a genocide, terrorism in Biafra land, our land. You know what I mean? When you hear such things, any government, it will touch them. So this is just one area we are looking at. She was brought in by Tinubu. Allegedly, Bianca was brought in by Tinubu to play this role. While the Tinubu government, they wrote to ICC. France was responsible. France helped them to make the case that ICC must step in. So they came from two fronts. One saying that, the so-called Southeast, as they call it themselves, a big fish in a small pond, calling themselves Southeast. Southeast came and said Simon Ekpa and the Biafra Republic in exile, they are killing their people. They are terrorizing Southeast. The Tinubu government now wrote again to ICC that Finland is protecting Simon Ekpa. Finland is protecting all the mayhem Simon Ekpa is doing. Finland has colluded and connived with Simon Ekpa to destroy and destabilize Nigeria. A two-front approach, a two-sprung approach. So Finland had to now look into this thing. And they had no other option than to invite Simon Ekpa for questioning. Like I said, on the 9th of this month, December, Finland has now officially written back to ICC against Nigeria. They have petitioned Nigeria in ICC. But I want you to see the pictures. See those lost pictures from the external side. In-house, I expect those in government, I expect those in the cabinet to fish out those who connived with the Nigerian government. Who connived with IPOB, DOS, the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, IKENGA, Ruago. If you notice again, that name keeps on bouncing everywhere. IKENGA, IKENGA, IKENGA. Everywhere you see IKENGA. Last time we heard he's speaking to some guys internally. IKENGA, Ruago. He's like the errand boy when it comes to this thing. But I digress. Let's take it back from the top and let it play. Take it back from the top and let it play. Listen.
The US sent a delegation with Ekpa, including the wife of Nnamdi Kanu.
This man, the way he says his name, it's so funny. Nnamdi Kanu. This guy. Oh my God. I'm not here to laugh. It's a very serious one. The DOS sent a petition, including IKENGA and Nnamdi Kanu's wife. Let's continue.
To Finland.
Okay.
To submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately, I don't know whether I deleted or something about.
Okay, fine. So they sent a petition to Finland. They've already sent it. A copy was sent to him because they see him as one of the stakeholders when it comes to, you know, that their area there. Unfortunately, he cannot find that copy anymore. He doesn't know if he has deleted it. So it's either it was sent to his email, to his phone via WhatsApp, or through email. But it was sent electronically. That's why he's thinking he has deleted it, because he can't find it anymore. Let's continue. Listen.
But a copy of the petition was sent to me. They accused Simeon Ekpa.
They accused Simon Ekpa. He called it Simeon Ekpa. They accused Simon Ekpa. The DOS, IKENGA Ruago, Nnamdi Kanu's wife, alongside who? Allegedly, Bianca Ojukwu. She was the one spearheading all these things, allegedly, based on what I was hearing all this while. Which was why, if you noticed my videos, I was doing videos about her, asking her to be careful of Yusuf Tutuga. Her boss is Yusuf Tutuga. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Wash your hands off the case of Simon Ekpa. But look at the game now. Out of selfish interest, she may have promised the wife of Nnamdi Kanu that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. That's why the DOS and they are saying, oh, by Christmas, something special will happen. They will release Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot steal from Peter to pay to Paul. You cannot say free Nnamdi Kanu and let Simon Ekpa rot or go to jail. It doesn't make sense. They are both the same. Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. He's fighting for our liberation. Nigerian government went to kidnapping in Kenya. Simon Ekpa stood up, rose up to the occasion, and he's following the footsteps of his master, his leader, But today, now they are saying, no, Simon Ekpa is the bad guy. Oyendu is the good guy. So if you rope down Simon Ekpa, Nigerian government will now somehow release Nnamdi Kanu. What these fools are doing that they don't understand is that you are giving your Moses and your Joshua to the enemy. You are giving your Moses and Joshua back to Pharaoh, back to Egypt. You are giving your Moses and Joshua back to the Fulani cabal. You are giving Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa back to the hands of the Fulani cabal. The wife of Nnamdi Kanu was promised that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. All they want is Simon Ekpa. He's the bad guy. He's the problem. They keep on telling, if Nnamdi Kanu was good, how come they went to Kenya to kidnap him? That's the question you guys don't want to ask yourself. If he was so nice and good as they claim now, how come they spent billions to go and kidnap him in Kenya? But I digress. Let's take it back. Hear what this man said. Then I'll call it a day. Listen.
The US
Okay.
sent a delegation with IKENGA.
The DOS sent a delegation with IKENGA. I will make this one very, very clear for everybody to hear. The deaf must hear this one. The deaf must hear this one. The DOS alongside IKENGA. Listen.
Including the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Including the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What did they do? Kindly tell us. Thank you. Listen.
To Finland to submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately, I don't know whether I deleted or something happened.
Not a problem. A petition was sent to Finland Parliament. And in his own case, he had a copy, but he cannot find it. In real time, he's there, he's searching, he can't find it. If not, he would have put it on the screen for everybody to see. He cannot find it. Let's continue. Listen.
But a copy of the petition was sent to me. They accused Simeon Ekpa. DOS sent a petition to the Finnish Parliament.
Hold it there. They accuse Simon Ekpa. The DOS, they accuse Simon Ekpa. The DOS and the rest of them, they sent a petition to the Finnish Parliament. I hope I've been able to paint this picture for you all to know where the problem is coming. They said no smoke without a fire. When you saw the picture of Bianca and the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, I knew something was up. I knew something was up. I knew something was up. Let's continue.
Accusing the minister in exile of Biafra.
Yes.
Accusing him of terrorism, of killings that are going on. Accusing one of their own.
The same people that were accusing Mazi Simon Ekpa of being Nigeria agent,
Okay.
they are the same people that voluntarily organized themselves, wrote a petition, and took it to Finland, accusing the same Simon Ekpa, of whom they say that is a Nigeria agent, accusing him of terrorism. Imagine. The same people who are online deceiving people, saying that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a Nigeria agent.
Okay. Listen.
Are you getting what I'm saying here? This is the problem we Igbos have.
I understand what you're saying, my sister. It's not just an Igbo thing. This is something that happens when different stakeholders, they're out there for selfish interest. It's not an Igbo thing because the Biafra we are fighting for is not an Igbo agenda. Although those who did this thing, from what we are seeing, in fact, they went as far as getting this man involved. This man will tell you, he's from a jawland or whatever, So they got stakeholders involved. Now, these are just the people from the external part of things, outside the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. I know definitely they must have some people they are working with within the government. So I want to leave this to the leadership of the new government of Biafra to investigate this one. The earlier you find out the moves that we have, those around, and let us nip them at the bud now before this is spread like cancer. I understand there's a tension going on around the government and the cabinet. I can assure you it's because of this. And also, Simon Ekpa saw this coming. You see me, there are some few things I don't want to talk here. Because sometimes, a coded message, a subliminal, how do you put it again? A subliminal message is what more than saying things out. Sometimes a coded message goes further to those who it was intended for. For example, when you saw that picture of Simon Ekpa holding the scale, what they use in legal courts, in the courtroom, that scale to weigh your yay versus nay, your good versus bad, or whatever you want to call it. When you go deeper, it is known as the scale of Ma'at, balance, where in Egypt, back in the days, they said they will weigh your heart against the feather. If your heart is heavier than the feather, then judgment has come your way. Imagine that stuff. It means your heart must be pure. So when I saw Simon Ekpa with that scale, I understood there was a legal case that is brewing. Some of you saw that, you didn't understand what it means. Some of you saw that picture, this picture you are seeing now on your screen. You saw this picture and you chose to make a video with it, not understanding the coded message, the meaning of the picture, the meaning of the meaning behind the meaning of the picture. Why Simon Ekpa put it out there, some of you did not understand it. But when I saw it, and because I have read verse, I have read through your Bible, I have read through the different scriptures, I have read into the Kemetic way of life, their spirituality in Kemet in Egypt. When I saw that, I understand the symbolism behind Simon Ekpa holding the scale of Ma'at. During those days, when you hold that scale close to you, it means you are going through a trial and tribulation, or you are about to go through a situation, or you are taking a reflection on yourself. Or when they say born again, you want to become born again. You want to, renew yourself. And in the biggest one, in one of the pyramids, as you are going in there, you will see where they say, man, know thyself. Man, know thyself. It is written there. In the Medu Neneta. It is written there, man, know thyself. So when I saw the scale with Simon Ekpa, I said, Obatobi, few days to the Biafran convention. I was sad, but I prayed. Because I knew that the Nigeria I know so well, they will come with something. I was wondering what they were coming with, because my confidence was Finland is a country that is respected around the whole world because they practice or they respect the rule of law on the highest level. It's a place where your freedom is respected. You see? So I was being hopeful that Finland will not be bought over by the money of that so-called Nigeria. I was being hopeful, I was confident. But at the same time, seeing that the case came from an obscure angle, something I did not see coming. I was looking at Nigerian government, I was looking at the Fulani cabal, I was looking at Tinubu and his cabinet and the rest of them, I was looking at the Nigerian military and their media, not knowing our own people. Nine go shoot us that gun. It was shocking. Same thing happened to Caesar, where he was there, he was fighting the enemy. His bosom friend, somebody he loved so much, Brutus, was behind him. So he was with confidence. He was beating killing his enemies. They were stabbing him. He was stabbing them down. He was killing them. Unknown to him, say, the one when they in back, Brutus, Nikon used the dagger to choke him for him back. Now, the dagger itself couldn't have killed Caesar. But it is the shock. Say, when he look back, say, who did my back when stab me? When he looking back, now Brutus, 9 days with a knife. The shock of seeing his bosom friend. He now said, "Etre brutre, even you, Brutus, etu brutre, even you, Brutus," the shock of seeing his own person do that to him made him to give up the ghost. That was how he died, not those in front of him. I say all that to say this. The moment I saw that it was IPOB Nigeria Limited, the DOS, the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, when you know that Simon Ekpa throughout has been fighting for your husband, for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and somehow it is the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, the DOS, IKENGA. Well, that one is always a devil. Then that we understand we know his nature. You always know the nature of a serpent. But to see that the wife of Nnamdi Kanu got herself into this. And the petition was that they were saying, Bianca Ojukwu allegedly, my husband was the one that fought in the Biafran war. He was the leader of the Biafrans. And I'm saying Simon Ekpa is killing his people. The wife of Nnamdi Kanu say, my husband is Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm telling you that this man called Simon Ekpa, he's mad, he's crazy. He's terrorizing his people. There is no more peace. He's not doing it in the name of my husband. And when the DOS came and said, oh, we are the DOS, we are the ones that Nnamdi Kanu created, the Directorate of State. And we are telling you that Simon Ekpa is not of us. He's not even a member of IPOB. Finland had to do what they had to do. So in the game of chess, sometimes you need to understand your opponent. Now that we know what they have done, the Biafrans from the external, I will leave this now to the Deputy Prime Minister, to the cabinet members to do their own investigation. And we must fish out those rats, those within the government that are part of this. Because definitely there's some information that was leaked to these people that did what they did. Because if you remember, the one they call General Musa was saying that they've been trying to get information of funding and those kind of trash. They are coming with different information, but there is somebody in-house or people in-house that betrayed Simon Ekpa as well. All I want to say is to my Biafran people, we thank God that at least now that we know where the problem is coming from. Simon Ekpa has no case to answer. Their ultimate goal was to delay Simon Ekpa and the people of Biafra. Their ultimate goal was to assume that once they did what they did, people will be scared to go to Finland and the convention will be null and void. It means nobody will attend it. That was their goal. It is called a scare tactics. But for the fact that the people of God, our hands are clean, we have no case to answer. Today, Simon Ekpa is just being questioned. And we have also declared our Biafra. So my Biafran people, I ask you all to please stay strong, stay focused. I am pleading with the government, the cabinet, to sort out this problem, this misunderstanding. It is too much in the public. Find a way to sort this thing in-house. Find a way to sort out these squabbles in-house. so that the people of Biafra can move on and continue with the mandate that we have. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. Thank you.